Emily Goligoski with Women 2.0's In Conversation series, here with Rashmi Sinha, CEO and co-founder of Slideshare. Welcome, Rashmi. It's good to have you.
Thank you. It's great being here.
When you've needed advice outside the management team, where have you, sought recommendations on what to do at a particular juncture?
So I'm a very big believer in advisors. So right from the beginning, I'm a big believer that every time I am, trying to solve a new problem, something I don't understand, and that happens all the time. At different stages in the company, there's different puzzles you need to, kind of solve, and you might not have the background. And I'm a big believer in figuring out who is really, really good at it, and if they want to be an advisor, bring them on board as an advisor.
Did you ever think that you would become an entrepreneur, or did you think you might go into academics or a large corporation? What did you sort of see as your options? And how have they gotten you to the point that you're at now?
So no, I did not know I would be an entrepreneur. However, I did know I would do something independently. I knew that I would not be working in a large corporation. That was not the role I wanted. And I liked academia because you have independence in that sense. What I did not like about academia is the pace. It moves far too slowly for me. It just drives me nuts. So the pace of industry, was much better for me, but not the large company. So I think in some sense, being in the startup was exactly what I was meant to do.
What are the things that no one could have told you that you've sort of learned along the way?
So in some sense, everything is surprising. Everything is a discovery. I always say that, every 6 months, your job, role changes. And then you have to discover something, figure out something else. And that's great because it just keeps you engaged and interested, and it's a lot of fun.
What advice do you have for people who are considering, jumping off the deep end of maybe leaving their job, a full-time job, to follow an idea that they have?
First of all, I think preparing for it financially is really important. So having, if you want to just leave your job, make sure you have savings for a year. So that's one thing. I think being very deliberate and pragmatic about, how much time you can spend doing this, and not realizing 5 months into it that you're going to run out, because then you haven't given the idea enough of a chance. You need to give the idea enough of a chance. In terms of seeking funding, I definitely think having a product to show, especially if you're a first-time entrepreneur. I think if you had a reasonably successful first time and you're doing it another time, different rules apply to you.
Sure.
You can get funding much earlier on. But if you are a first-time entrepreneur, being able to show a product and something that has a little bit of traction is great, So that's important. And I think if you're not technical, then having a technical co-founder is extremely important. You absolutely, totally need that. You need, I think ideally you want to have 2 to 3 people starting a company. I think starting a company is really, really hard. And you want people that you completely trust and you feel very comfortable with, 2 or 3 people like that, so that you guys can share that experience and, the hard times too.
Wonderful. Well, Rashmi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to talk with you, and
Great
best
to
of
talk
luck.
to you. Thank you.